Okay, so we've cut our cord to the right lengths. Now we need to just put the black one to one side because we don't need that till towards the end. You need to get your red and your green cord and find the middle point of both of them. So just get them to equal lengths so that you've got the middle points. You then need to cross your green, the left of the green one over the right of the green one, and the red one is going to come up and through the loop of the green one, like so. Just make sure that you keep these cords untwisted. The best way is just to keep running your thumbs along them, just to make sure they stay untwisted. Okay, then what you need to do is put the red loop down, cross over the cross there, under and back up through the green loop. Then get the green ends and pull them tight together. So you end up with a small red loop there. And it should look fairly neat. It's your starting point. With the loop, you don't want this loop to be too big, because that will go at the back of the woggle, so you won't actually see this loop, but it will, if it's too big, it will protrude from your scarf when you're wearing it. So it's a bit of trial and error as to what size to make that loop, but at the end what you'll need to do is feed two ends of cord through that loop. So that loop needs to be big enough that the two ends can feed through it, which can be a bit of a pain if you've not done it big enough. So you should have something that looks like that. So once you've got your nice neat loop, it should look something like that. You need to, with the red one, cross it over the green and then under and feed up between the green and the red and pull it through. And then just push that loop to the end and pull the red cord tight and push it towards the middle. It's so important with making this woggle that all the cord is pushed together and pulled really tight, otherwise it just won't work. Okay, so the next step is with the red one to come under the green and down, this time between the green and the red, and pull it through, and then again push that loop up to the other loop and pull the red cord tight. Just all the time, constantly adjusting. Okay, it should look like that. And then we do the other side. So we'll come in over with the red, under and up through the loop between the red and the green. Pull it tight. Then we'll come in under the green and down that loop. So it should look like next we need to cross the left green over the right. Again, just make sure you keep running your thumbs along the length of the cord to keep it untwisted. Then with the right hand red cord, we want to put it under the green and then over and through this loop here. Pull it through. And don't pull that tight for now, just leave it for a minute. And we're going to do the same with the left hand side, so under, through the loop on the left, and then pull all 4 cords tight together at the same time. And that's your first, the start of your first poppy. Just make sure you keep pulling everything tight, making sure the cord's untwisted all the time. Keep everything pushed together. And then you're ready to start on your second one. So this time we're going over the green, up through, pull it tight, then we're going under, down through, pull it tight. So each time you should end up with that little rainbow loop there. Do the same on the other side. So it's over, up, pull it tight, and it's under, down, pull it tight. Just constantly adjusting. Then crisscross your green. And that's your second poppy done, and you just carry on till you've made 5 of these poppies in a row. Right, once you've done your 5 poppies, you should have 5 in a row. Looks something like that. Next we're going to need the black cord because we're going to do the black innards. Just these bits here. Going to thread them through. So you'll need your fid with your black cord attached to the end. Going to turn over our woggle and we're going to feed the fid down there and through, and then just pull it through, just leaving enough at the end. But once you've done this bit, you can cut and singe that end off. Okay, and then next it's going to go up through that one. It's quite easy at this point for the cord to keep twisting, so just keep an eye on it. So pull that right through. Then we're going down through, I don't know if you can see that very well, we're going down through that hole. Again, pull it all the way through so it's fairly tight. And then we're going to come back up through the same hole. But just leaving enough that is flush with the top of your poppy. Okay, so next we're going thread it down through that one. Like I said, just be careful because it does, cord does get twisted. So just need to keep straightening it out. Okay, then you're going down through the next middle one. Back up through the same one. Just pull it through till the cord is flush. I want it to be tight though, so make sure. And just keep going until you get to the end. Well, once you've done all 5 black middles, it should look something like that. That's the back of it. What you need to do next, before you do the next step, is just to cut your black cord as close as possible, and then burn it. You want to melt it and then just flatten it so that it gets rid of all this, and then it's neat and tidy. So get your lighter, so cut it, get your lighter, singe the end and flatten. Right, so once you've cut this end of the black cord off, once you've burnt it, singed it and then just flattened it down to try and make it as neat as possible, you're ready to start on your 6th and final poppy. So we just do as we did previously with red over green, up through, pull tight, red under green, down through, pull tight to create that rainbow loop, which I just made up, by the way. I don't think that that's a actual term. And then do the other side, so over, under and up through. Trying to keep this black out the way. And under, and down. So the next bit you want to connect the other end of your woggle, this is where you want to bring it round and connect it to the other end so that it's a complete circle. So to do that, we're going to firstly put our fid through that loop there so it brings the black cord to the front. Going to bring that loop round, and what we need to do with this loop is put the two red ends, feed them through that loop. So these two red ends you're bringing round and you're going to feed down through that loop and pull out the other side. This is where I said it's a little bit tricky, because if that loop's quite small you'll struggle to get these through. It can be a bit of a fine art. You may need to you'd cut the ends off so that you get rid of all the white strands of cord, and you might actually need to singe the end as well, which can sometimes make this job a little easier. As you can see, it's pretty fiddly. So once you've fed your two red ends through that loop, just push that up to bring the whole thing together, and there you've got your woggle shape. So we're almost there. So make sure this black cord is at the front, and then just carry on with that last poppy. So as before, cross your green over, so left over right. Get that black out the way again. Make sure that's all tight there. Like I say, this is the fiddly bit. Just do these the same way that you've done all the previous poppies. Just pull the whole thing tight, so pull all four cords tightly together. Okay, so now you just want to feed your black end, your fid, back through to create that final black inner. Just give it a quick check over. And then that's pretty much it with the black. So you can now cut the black end, singe it, burn it, and flatten it to somewhere on the inside, just so that you can't see it, so it's out the way. So once you've cut the other end of your black cord off, and then smelted it and flattened it down, you're then left with the four ends, your two red and the two green. So basically you just need to cut these off and do the same. Just melt them and then flatten them down. But what I'm actually going to do, just to make sure that it doesn't all unravel, is get my fid onto the red cord, and I'm going to put it through the woggle and then loop it back round one of these ends here. I mean, you could choose any really before I cut it and melt it, just to make sure that it definitely isn't going to come undone. So I'll do that with each of the ends. So it's up to you how your finished product looks. Each of mine, to be honest, I've made 5 or 6 of these now in various colours, and each have looked slightly different, which is the beauty of them. So it's up to you really where which ones you thread it through. It's just a case of looking and seeing where you think will be less unsightly. But as I say, this side here of your woggle goes is the side that goes against your body. So on your scarf, the bit you'll see will be this front bit. So you'll thread this through the scarf, and it will sit like that. So all the dodgy bits will be at the back, so no one should actually see them. But obviously still, I like to try and make it as neat as possible. So yeah, it's just a case of looking, cutting where you think, melting the ends, and putting them flat and as neat as possible on the insides if you can. Oh, happy woggling!